Welcome to Box Recaps. Today I'm going to explain the movie Tyson's Run, released in the year 2022. The movie starts and we see a nerdy boy named Tyson who is trying to work on a math problem along with a woman who seems to be his mother. She tells him that she does not understand what it is, so she cannot help him there, and then offers him some lemonade. The scene then changes to a high school football ground where we see the coach named Bobby Hollerman, who is pissed at his students for not being able to get themselves up to the standards of the coach. The coach reminds them that the state championship is within the next 3 months, so they better put their asses into it. We then see the coach on a news channel where he talks about how one can be good at the sport. The news reporter is then seen telling that the coach's team has not been defeated in the last 7 seasons, and he has won 5 state championships already. We then learn that the mayor of the city is going to be arranging a marathon for the citizens as well. When asked about it, the mayor tells the reporter that he has arranged this marathon purely for the well-being of the citizens. Coach Bobby then makes his way back home, and we learn that the nerdy kid Tyson is actually his son. He says hello to his son, but the boy is always too lost in his own things. Over dinner, Tyson goes on to ask his father if they teach algebra at his school, and his dad says yes. Tyson then says that he should join his father's school then. Bobby tells the boy that his mother is homeschooling him, but the boy says that she does not understand algebra, so he is going to the school because there they would teach him that. Later, Bobby and his wife talk about it, and they get to the conclusion that he's not going to fit in with the other students at his school. We learn that he is autistic. However, his mother is persuasive, so the next day he goes to his father's school with him. The kids there make fun of him, but the teacher tells them to behave. On the other hand, Eleanor, his mother, goes to see her doctor and learns that she is 7 months pregnant. She asks her if the second child is going to be like the first one, and the doctor says that it is a possibility. Back at the school, Tyson is trying to find a table to sit at the cafe during lunch, and a guy named Bradley tells him to join them. However, when Tyson is about to sit, Bradley goes on to kick the chair away and Tyson falls down. A nice girl named Shannon then helps him up and gives a piece of her mind to Bradley. She nicely asks Tyson to join her for the lunch. Later, Bobby sees that the boy's shirt has food spilled over it and asks him what happened. He tells him that Shannon was being nice to him, but Bradley did this to him. Later, his dad is coaching the team in the football ground when Tyson approaches him and tells him that he can help him win the state championship, but his dad just tells him to straighten up the team's equipment, and Tyson gets started on that. As he does that, he sees a really skinny man named Akilu running on the running track, so Tyson joins him. They do a few rounds together, but Tyson then ends up getting tired, and Akilu is really nice to him. He helps him catch his breath and tells him that he would like to run with him again sometime. His father also sees him running and is a little surprised. The next day, his mother comes to drop him at school. He keeps saying that he's going to ask Shannon if she's his friend or girlfriend because he thinks that if a girl is his friend, that means she is his girlfriend. Bobby, in the meantime, receives a call from another coach named Ben, who tells him that he has a boy named Walter who's really big for his age and will kick his boys' asses. That day, Tyson is in his Spanish class when he starts arguing with the teacher, telling her that she needs to teach them Chinese because Chinese is the first most widely spoken language in the world after English, but she gets annoyed at this. Bradley then puts a compact between the Spanish teacher's legs and makes it seem like Tyson is the one who did it. She kicks Tyson out of the class, and when the class is over, all the kids go on to bully him. He gets scared and starts running like a headless chicken. He gets out of the school and comes on the main road, where he narrowly escapes getting hit by some cars. This is when Akilu sees him from his store. Akilu right away goes to him and takes him to his store and tells him to calm down. This is when we learn that there was a time when Akilu was the best runner in the world. Tyson then asks him to coach him to become the best runner in the world, and Akilu agrees. Akilu then calls his mother to come pick him up, and he's really impressed with how good Tyson is at displaying things, as Tyson helps him with the display at his store. Tyson then asks his mother if he can help Akilu sort out his store, and in return, Akilu could help him become the best runner in the world. At dinner, he asks the same question to his father, and Bobby is confused as to what he should say about it. That night, Bobby and Eleanor are fighting about Tyson, and there's a really bad rainstorm outside. Tyson keeps hearing his parents fight, and when Bobby comes to Tyson's room to check in on him, Tyson is nowhere to be found. We then see him running in the storm. He keeps running and running. The parents right away go on to alert the authorities, and the police are at their place real quick. They get the description of the boy and set out to find him. Bobby, too, gets in his car and goes out to find the boy. The office then goes on to tell Bobby that they just received a call from another town that is 15 miles away from their house, and the woman on the call gave a description that matches Tyson's description. Bobby is then asked if his son has ran that much before, but Bobby is not sure, so he just says that he would like to find the boy. As they look for him, one of the officers gets bitten by a rattlesnake, and the lead officer tells Bobby that he's going to have to call off the search for now, and they can continue in the daylight. We then see Tyson, who seems to be stuck in the mud or under a tree branch. We then see that the water level keeps getting higher, and his neck is barely out of the water now. Tyson's mother then calls Akilu to ask him if Tyson has gone to him, but he says no, but does ask Eleanor how could he be of help. When he is just about to drown, Bobby finds him, and Tyson tells him that his leg is stuck. Bobby tries his best to get the boy's leg out of there, but he does not succeed, and in the end he just starts calling for help. Akilu gets there just in time and goes on to help Tyson unstuck his leg. In the next scene, we see him at the hospital, and the doctor tells his mother that he's going to be fine, adding that they can take him home tomorrow if they want. Bobby has an injured shoulder, so Eleanor tells him to have it checked, since they're already at the hospital. The next day, he's home, and when they're having dinner, he again starts talking about becoming the best runner in the world. His dad goes on to tell him that it takes very special kind of training to become as good as a marathon runner. Tyson is adamant. He says that he can become the best, adding that maybe then his parents would think of him as the son they wanted. Both the parents apologize to him. He again asks if Akilu can help him run the marathon that is being held in their city. The marathon is being held so that their small city is out on the map as well. His dad is still not sure, but his mother does tell him that they will tell Akilu the next day. The next day, Coach goes to the school and tells his assistant to take over the team for the entire season, telling him that he needs to be with his family because they need him. He then goes to Akilu and takes Tyson's favorite orange grippers, implying that his son is going to be running the marathon. They then have a meal with Akilu, and Tyson asks him if he has ever kissed a girl, and Akilu smiles. Later, they get ready for their first run, and Akilu puts a band on Tyson and tells him to run for 2 hours, as he wants to see how long he can go within 2 hours. He keeps running while his parents and Akilu are in their car right behind him. After having run for a long time, they make a stop when it is time for Tyson's water break. Tyson still does not stop, and Akilu starts running beside him as he gives him water and tells him to drink slowly without saying anything. Tyson's life starts to change. It gets busier, but better. He is seen doing well at the school. The Spanish teacher is also impressed by him, and then we see him getting good at algebra, which is not much of a problem for him because he has a really high IQ. He keeps training with Akilu and starts getting close to him as well. One day he finally goes on to ask Shannon if she is his girlfriend, but she says that she is not his girlfriend yet, but there is a possibility in the future. His parents then go to their family doctor to have a routine checkup, as she is pregnant. The doctor wants to ask the parents if they are worried about the autism, but both of them say that they do not care about that, and they do not care if it's a boy and a girl, because they know they're going to be having a beautiful baby. The media persons, in the meantime, get to the coach, and all of them are shocked to learn that he has stepped down as the coach for the whole season, despite the fact that he's the best in the business. But the coach makes it clear that he has priorities, and his first priority is his own family. The coach, along with his family, is then seen in the audience when his team plays, and they win the game. Later, he is sitting with his wife, and both of them hope that they have a girl. The next day, the mayor calls Bobby into his office to talk to him about him not coaching the high school team in the state championship. The coach goes on to tell the mayor to get to the point, and the mayor tells him that he does not want Tyson running in the marathon because of his condition. He says that he does not want the boy to take the spotlight just because he is Coach Hollerman's son, as he does not want to turn his marathon into something like a crusade. Coach, however, makes it clear to the mayor that his son is going to run the marathon. The mayor tells him to put him in the handicap department because he does not deserve to run with the real runners. But the coach does not budge and tells him that if he himself stood for the upcoming elections in the fall, he could very much become the mayor. And the current mayor knows that Bobby is very popular in the town, so he could easily win the election. The mayor then says that his son can run the marathon, but he better keep away from the cameras and his real runners. The next day, the other kids learn that Tyson is going to run the marathon, and all of them are nice to him, except Bradley, who is then scared off by another student who comes to Tyson's rescue. Later that day, Coach Hollerman goes on to do some research on Akilu and learns that he was caught doping, which is why he was banned. So the next day, when Akilu and Tyson come back from the running, Bobby tells Akilu that he really appreciates what he has done with Tyson, but they're going to take it from there. Akilu leaves without saying anything. That evening, Tyson again runs from home and goes to Akilu's place to ask him why he did not stay for dinner. His parents also get there, but in their car, they tell Tyson to go home, but he asks his father why he was rude to Akilu and what his honest feelings about the man are. Akilu tells them that it would be better if they talked about it right there. Akilu tells them that he took a cold medicine because he caught cold just the morning he had to run the marathon. A banned drug was in that medicine, and that is how it was detected in his body, so they banned him. The next day is the day of the marathon, and Tyson is a little annoyed because Akilu is not there. When he gets ready to run, he is pushed by another runner and falls before he can even start running. His knee is hurt. He keeps sitting and remembers the things Akilu told him. He finally starts running. Tyson keeps running at a nice pace. He tries taking a glass of water on the way, but the other runner pushes it out of his hand. He keeps running, and after a while, we learn that they're at the halfway mark, and only 3 best runners have managed to get to the mark so far. These are 3 black guys. They seem athletic and are huge, so people are expecting that one of these 3 is going to be the winner. Akilu finally gets there too. Only 6 miles are left, and Tyson is still a little behind, but he does start picking up the pace. On the way, Shannon gives him some water to drink, and he again asks her if she is his girlfriend. And this time, she says yes. The people on TV now start noticing him, and an expert tells the audience that he has ran the last 2 miles just within 9 minutes, and he is the son of Coach Bobby Hollerman. The expert is really impressed, given the fact that he is just 15. As he runs on, he keeps remembering the things told to him by his father, which keep motivating him even further. He now has to run the last 2 miles within 2 minutes, which according to the experts is impossible. But all eyes are currently on him because he has been running real fast for the last 10 miles or so. As everyone looks on, Tyson goes on to surpass everyone and wins the marathon. His parents are proud of him, and in the last scene of the movie, we see him talking to his little baby sister, and he seems even more mature. Subscribe for more videos like this. Turn on the notification and leave a like to help the channel out. Thank you for watching.